Hey guys, welcome back to the fourth episode of my devlog or dev update series. What you just saw was a bit of gameplay of the new stuff I added to my helicopter game. Yeah, let's not waste any more time with this introduction. I want to show it to you in detail. So let's go. Yeah, first thing I had to do with a new helicopter as I had it up and running was to think of an effect or something that might happen when you touch the environment or some other object with the tail rotor, because the old one, as you know, had a fenestron, which means that the tail rotor was built inside the helicopter's body, inside the hull, and this one doesn't, and it works like this. If the tail rotor is destroyed, it will look like this. It will shatter and the helicopter will just spin. You can still fly, but it is harder. It doesn't have as much power, and as you can see, it's like tumbling in the air, so it is really hard to control, and eventually you will just crash. So I made this cool effect of the little rotor blades flying away. There's a bit of smoke coming out of the tail. I also added some cool details to the new helicopter, which the old one didn't have. For example, there is the camera system on the front of the helicopter, and it will turn and look around, but to some degree it also depends on the angle of the cannon, so it will follow the angle of the cannon a bit, but it's also autonomous and just like scanning the room or something. Right above the cameras I have the airspeed sensor and direction sensor. It's very small, but if you pay close attention you can see that it adjusts to the direction the helicopter is going. And so it is able to like measure the airspeed. A little pointy thing just below the main rotor. It is a wire cutter. Telephone wires and electricity wires and stuff are very dangerous for helicopters. So if one might get caught in some wires, they have these little blades which will eventually cut the wires they're stuck in. So pretty cool detail. Next thing is the missiles. There's room for 8 missiles in total, so 4 missiles per rack. Currently there's only 2 on each side, and if I release one, there's just one left on this side, and now it will fall down on this side. The amount of missiles you have carrying with you is represented on the model itself. And as you just saw, the missile is a new model as well, to fit the one on the helicopter. It's also spinning now. It didn't do that before. Now let's talk about the HUD you already saw earlier. Looks like this. Turns on and off. You can use the mouse wheel to turn the brightness of it down, to like dim it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on because it is inspired by like real heads-up displays, not one-to-one. Of course, because the viewing angle is very different from when you are actually sitting inside the cockpit of the helicopter. So I adapted it, but some of the functions are there. You can see here, for example, how many feet you are above ground level. So if I take off, you can see the number here is increasing, and also the little line indicator down here, and it will always tell you how far you are from the ground. Down here I have the vertical speed, so how fast you are ascending or descending. You can see it here in feet per minute. Up here you have the airspeed or horizontal speed in knots. Down here in the middle there's a little indicator for the gimbal of the cannon. It represents the angle of it. And if you reach its limit, it will show down here. You see, it can't turn any further. Over here on the left, we have a pitch indicator. It works like this, and it shows you how far the helicopter is tilted forwards or backwards. So this is 20 degrees forward, 20 backward, and so on. And it will go all the way around smoothly. This PHMD just means pilot head mounted display. It doesn't serve any purpose, it's just there for like filling the spot, I believe. In the top left, we have currently the master arm off. This is also a new feature. I can't shoot or fire any missiles right now because the master arm is turned off. And if I press F, it will turn on and show the ammunition you still have. So right now I have 4 missiles and 100 bullets for my cannon. As I turn the master arm switch or master arm toggle on, this little reticle appeared where my cursor is right now. And this reticle tries to always follow the cursor, but it will always indicate where the cannon is looking. It can't go above the limit because the cannon can't turn anymore, and it will draw the line to show you, okay, the limit is reached. Same here. And if I don't move my mouse and just the helicopter, you see how it goes up and down a bit, but it always tries to stay in the cursor. If I shoot, you can see the reticle changes. It indicates that the cannon is actually firing. For the missiles, it looks like this. The cursor will turn into a little circle to show, okay, this is where the missile wants to go. And it also has this line indicator. When the thrust button for the missile is pressed, the cannon will be fixed in a forward position and the cannon reticle won't move, so you won't be distracted by it when you fly the missile. And as soon as I release the missile button, I will be back to the reticle and cursor for the cannon. I can operate that again. So next topic is the ammo system. You just saw there's the ammo indicator, which means you can now actually run out of ammo. You see it's going down as I shoot. It will count each individual bullet. And when I'm out of bullets, it won't fire anymore. And same with the missiles. It's just clicking when I press the button. I can't fire any more missiles. And this actually affects the helicopter's weight and maneuverability. So the more bullets and missiles you load onto the helicopter, the heavier it will be, the more sluggish it will be, and it is not as fast and nimble anymore. And then later in the actual game, there will be these ammunition depots, which I'm currently working on. Here's an early preview of my Blender model. It's just this little tent. And this crate will be duplicated, and this will be an ammunition crate, and there's this little like toolbox. And if the helicopter is damaged or you ran out of ammo, you can land there and rearm and repair. Yeah, maybe these depots will be guarded later, and you have to actually fight your way there. I already told you that I want to like redo the sound, all of it. I have not yet done all of it, but a good bit. For example, the helicopter sound itself. It now sounds like this when flying. It is based on the linear and angular velocity of the helicopter. For the old one, I just had different pitches for the sound when going up or down. Yeah, but real helicopters usually fly with fixed RPM. The lift is just controlled by the angle of attack of the rotor blades. So it makes sense for the helicopter to sound like this. Yeah, you already heard the warning sounds, like the beeping loop going off when the tail rotor is destroyed, for example. It also shows warning up here. And the cannon sound and the bullet impact sounds are new as well. Have a listen. There are no individual sounds for each bullet fired. Before I just had a loop, like a machine gun loop. I have new sounds for the ricochets as well. You can hear sometimes they go like yeah, new impact sounds, new impact effects as well. When you shoot rock or just in the ground. But there's always like little ricochets coming off, and they fly bounced random in each direction because the surface is not as hard and even for them to bounce off of. Yeah, but it's just an effect and they won't cause any damage. There's a new obstacle as well, this rock over here. I need to redo the textures, it's a bit rough right now, but you can see it has these cracks in it, which imply, okay, this stone can be like destroyed, and it can be destroyed by explosives, such as the missile, and it will break apart and have all these stone bits and pieces lying here. It has a lot of particle effects as well, like smoke and little stones coming off. These debris parts will just lie here, and they even react to forces. And as soon as they are not rendered anymore, so as soon as they leave the viewport, they will be freed. I'll show you the effect once again. Last thing I want to talk about is the first version of a pause menu I added. I will show you how it looks right now. So when I hit escape, the game will gradually slow down, come to a complete time freeze, and then look like this. But the camera still has a bit of sway to it. The camera angle is also affected by my mouse position or by my mouse input. When you're playing on controller, it is the right stick on the controller. When you move it, you have the same effect. And you can do stuff like zooming in and then firing off a rocket, let it explode and freeze time during the explosion. And I don't know what it is about this, but somehow I think it is super, super cool. I really enjoy just pausing the game now and look at how stuff looks when it's not moving. Let's have the helicopter exploding for a final demo of this effect. These are all, you can actually, you can see the shock waves. I think this really does not look bad. Like the smoke of the explosion is illuminated and it's bright. There's a fire trail here, all the sparks. One more time, okay guys? Just one more time. And getting this to work, like the particle effects, actually like being frozen in time as well, was a pain, was such a hassle, because there is something about the interpolation of them which made them like flicker and go all over the place when the game was paused, and I didn't know what caused this, and I tried everything. I spent a whole day on that. I actually fixed it by attaching a script to every single particle emitter, which like disables the interpolation as soon as the game is paused. That's it, but it took me so long to figure that out, but it was worth it, I believe. UI is very bare bones. It serves its purpose. There's no actual settings yet, but it is still subject to change. When you play with the mouse, you can see hovering over the buttons highlights them or gives them this green border. And when I just grab my controller, so when I grab my controller, you can see the right stick as moving the camera. And when you use the stick or the directional pad, it will grab focus on the first of those buttons, and then it will, as you expect, go up and down and have the same green border around it. And as soon as I move my mouse, it will instantly switch back to mouse mode and have it highlighted when you hover. And same here, I press on the controller again and it is in the focus mode again. Okay guys, that's everything for the new stuff. I actually have one thing left I want to talk about, because I actually set up a community Discord server. I will put the invitation link down in the video description, so you can stop by and have a chat if you like. I would love to know about other helicopter games, what is your favorite one? What are you playing right now? We can share like cool gameplay clips and yeah, just have a good time over there. I will post updates and let you know when there's a new video. Yeah, maybe an Instagram post, because yeah, I have never mentioned it, but I also have Instagram. I post there about my game as well. You can follow me. The name is the same one as here on YouTube, so Marius Uncool. Say hi over there or on Discord or both. I would appreciate it very much. I wish every one of you a nice day. Thanks for watching again, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.